Stop, 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 stop. For the purpose of this video, any minor faults are going to be shown in orange, any serious faults in red, and any particularly good bits in green. So hi there, here we've got Max who's going to be doing a mock test today with me. So I've not driven him before, and we're in his own car because it's the car he's more used to. Yeah, basically we're going to get on with it really. So just so you know, Max, the test is going to last about 38 to 40 minutes. It's going to include one reversing manoeuvre, possibly an emergency stop, and one show me question where I'm going to demonstrate one of the controls on the move. It's going to include about 20 minutes of independent driving as well. And please, when driving, please follow the road ahead at all times, unless road signs or road markings direct you otherwise. If I want you to turn left or right, I'll let you know in plenty of time. If at any point if you're not sure where to go, including on the independent drive, please ask me, and I can help you and give you some directions, but just of course ask me in plenty of time so you give yourself time to plan, time to change lanes and that sort of thing. So any questions?
No, all good.
Any questions on that? So if you could please drive when you're ready and just turn, like I say, we're going to start the independent drive straight away, So we're going to come out of the car park and turn right onto the main road.
Yep. And
then follow the road signs towards Horsham A264 until I direct you otherwise.
Got it.
So right onto the main road, then Horsham. So if you can please drive on when you're ready. This is Max's first serious fault. At the roundabout, he's looking to go ahead, second exit, and he decides to use the right lane for this. He should be using the left lane. This is not the major problem. The problem is when he merges onto the roundabout, he then drifts towards the left lane without checking his left mirror. If there was a car next to him, he would have drifted into the path of that car. notice road signs saying there's a sharp bend to the left and a side road on that bend. The signs and the road markings also say to slow. 60 miles an hour would be fine, as 60 is still slower than the 70 mile an hour speed limit. Max sees the signs and slows down to 50 miles an hour, which is just a bit too slow. We must remember this is a warning, not an instruction. Max now gets his second serious fault here for going ahead at this roundabout. This time he correctly gets in the left lane for going ahead, but when he merges onto the roundabout, he fails to keep to the left and forces the van to the right to steer out of his way. As he enters the roundabout, he should be aiming towards the bollard, which you'll see on the footage. This will ensure he keeps to his lane. As Max exits the roundabout, the speed limit changes to national speed limit, which will be 70 miles per hour. However, Max only gets up to about 50 miles per hour. But considering the road conditions, as they're very wet, 50 miles an hour is acceptable. If the road was dry, 50 miles an hour would be too slow. You should be getting to at least 60 miles an hour. Show me how you turn on your rear demister, please. Thank you. To give a little bit of help in this next roundabout, it's not got any signs of caution, Max, so just bear in mind, it's following the road ahead. This second exit, please. I decided to give Max a minor fault here for his use of gears, as the way he's changed down his gears is a little bit messy, going from 5th to 4th, 4th to 3rd, 3rd to 2nd, where he could have just gone 5th straight to 2nd, didn't need to go into gear 4 or gear 3 at any point. here, you should notice Max stays in gear 4 despite going 50 miles per hour. This is given as an eco-safe driving fault for control. You should be getting into gear 5 at 50 miles per hour. On your driving test, eco-safe faults do not affect the result in any way and do not count towards the maximum of 15 minor faults you're allowed. Turning here, Max changes down gears before braking fully for the turn. This means Max comes into the corner a little bit too fast, doing what is called coasting. His clutch is still partially down when going round the corner. The clutch should be fully released before steering round the corner. In your own time, could you find a safe place to pull up on the left? Great planning and awareness here from Max, and also great patience. Realising not to pull up and left immediately, as it would be opposite a junction. Wait until he gets round the van, and then pulling up on the left. Okay, thank you. That's just a routine stop, just do that several times. Just demonstrate you can stop and start in different conditions. Sure. Give me a second, not as quick as it can, is it? Stuff and then where exactly the boxes are. Okay, so thank you, and drive on when you're ready. taking the next road on the right. Just before the blue car, get quite close to it, about a car length away from it please. Don't worry if you're blocking the driveway on this occasion. Thank you, just another routine stop and drive on when you're ready. The end of the road, turn left. If we look ahead, we should see some road signs for a mini roundabout soon. I don't give any instructions for this, nor would the examiner, as we're looking to follow the road ahead. Max does come into this roundabout a bit fast, and he goes over the blob in the middle and gets a bit of a bump. I give this as a minor fault for use of speed. What Max should be doing is slowing down a bit more, so we can avoid the blob in the middle of the mini roundabout. Better speed and positioning here, steering around the blob in the middle. Lights change, we're going to turn left. Once we turn left, we're then going to do another set of lights. We're going to turn left as well. So left of these lights, then left of the next set of lights, please. As you may have noticed, Max did stall there. But this is not a major problem as he didn't delay any traffic and he got going again very quickly. This is only worthy of a minor fault for move off and control. Stop, 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 stop.
That was a serious fault for junction observations, as Max tried to pull out when there were still cars coming round the roundabout. Watch my mock test review of Max's test to find out about exactly what happened.
The next junction we're coming to, it's a bit easier for me to get you to have a look at the signs, try and follow the signs. It's a bit of a different design junction. We're basically going to be looking to go towards Crawley. So the sign's just past this truck somewhere. So we'll look to want to go to Crawley, please.
Here I'll have to unfortunately give Max another serious fault for response to road markings, as he starts to give way to the traffic from the right. But this is not a standard roundabout. On this junction, you could even class it as not a roundabout. The traffic from the right gives way to you. They have give way lines, you don't.
Keep going, you've got priority, they've got give way lines. Just follow the road round to the right, towards Crawley. It's the next exit coming up here.
Here's a street view from Google Maps of that junction. As you can see, the traffic from the right has to give way to you, but in the rain it's very hard to notice this.
safe place to pull up on the left, somewhere along this road, please?
Unfortunately, I have to give Max one more serious fault here, as he pulls up on the left in a perfectly safe place, then as soon as he pulls up, he gets a bit unsure and concerned, and then pulls away without checking.
Yeah, just pull up on the left here, it'll be fine, thank you. So thank you, and drive on when you're ready. Enter the roundabout, follow the road ahead, second exit.
Nice patience here from Max as he keeps the speed at 30 miles an hour until he passes the sign for national speed limit. Slow to build speed after the corner. This is as Max used gear 4 to go around the corners. Gear 4 is not the best gear to go around most corners as it lacks power when you come out of the corners. He realises this and changes down to gear 3, but ideally should have been in gear 3 for going round the corners. Normally the speed Max goes on this road would be too slow. However, given the extreme conditions, his speed is fine as there's quite a lot of puddles and water on the road. There's also slow moving vehicles in front of him.
imagine it caused a bit of chaos for the tests, because all the tests, obviously, if someone came down it, they'd get stuck, and
a
bit chaotic.
Do they ever cancel tests?
Yeah, they can cancel tests. Yeah, not for something like a roadblock. They probably just reroute everyone. Normally they don't cancel it if it's maybe like if it's icy, something like that.
So they never cancel it mid-test, or they will if they cancel
the only reason they cancel it mid-test is if basically they felt extremely uncomfortable with you driving, and they just said pull over, and they got out of their car and walked back to the test centre. But that's fairly rare. Another reason they cancel it mid-test is if the car, of course, had a mechanical fault. Rather than safely continue driving. What's the thing you've got there? Is it your cruise control, or have you got a speed limiter?
Cruise control.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, we use it quite a bit. Turn right, third exit. Can't really avoid that, you couldn't see that coming because it's just hidden around the corner. Nothing you can do about that really. Just because you're going at a decent speed, you weren't flying around about 50 miles an hour. So we're going to go back to where we started from. So it's just, remember, it's just a bit further along here, a bit further around the corner. A road on the left is going to be. It's kind of opposite that white sign. You can see that white sign. So it's coming up on the left fairly soon. Next road on the left fairly soon. Then turn left into this bit of the car park here, that'd be great. And then if you could just come to a stop for me a second, just so I explain what you need to do to finish off. So we're going to finish off by doing our reverse parking manoeuvre. So what I'd like to do is basically reverse into any space here, anything between the lines. So any questions on that? Okay, so yeah, so we can drive on, ready and do reverse park.
As Max positions to go into his parking bay, he swings out to the right and doesn't check his blind spot before swinging out. So I give this as a minor for observations.
Keen? Okay. So just give me a minute. Just maybe switch the engine off for me, please. Just so I need to jump up and kind of have a look and just have to have the engine off legally.
Sure.
2 minutes.
Now when I get up to check here, Max is not in between the lines. At the moment he's between 2 bays. So I have to give this as a serious fault for parking control.
Okay. So, just give me a second while I just complete the paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so that's the end of the test. Unfortunately, you haven't passed. There's a few serious faults for various bits and pieces. And I think we'll go through that on a different video, so I'm just going to pause the camera for the moment.